Alrighty. Welcome to another edition of rubberDuckin'. Still working on our final project, React final project. Hoping to probably maybe square it away today and get it all finished up. We got a lot of the functionality done. I think we got everything functionality wise for the final project requirements done, but I still need to get some more components in there. So I think we need 10 components in our project, so I need to add some things. So I think I'm just going to add a footer in some about page and contact page that has very little information in it, but enough to get some of those requirements for the project done. And then there was some things that I needed to fix up from last time, from yesterday. So we might as well go ahead and get started here. So I need to first of all, just one little fun thing that I like to do. Um, we have the React favicon there, which shows up in the tab of the browser. And I'm actually going to just pull um, a Death Star um, from one of my other coding assignments. Not that one. Oh, where'd that go? Maybe we'll do this. Maybe we won't be able to get it done. Um, well, maybe not. So let's just see if we can find a favicon. There we go. That was the one I was using before. I don't know where it went to. I'll just save this as, and we will actually just throw that right into our project. Where is that? Well, we'll put it on our desktop and we'll move it. Not off to the best start today, but we'll get it going. So if we reveal this file in File Explorer, you can see there's our old favicon icon. Make sure we have the same name. Hopefully that will still work. And then we'll just replace. And hopefully that's not too big. It may be, but again, that's just a little visual thing that I wanted to do, but nothing at all important for the project. So let's start up our project though and get that going. So last time we left, we had our forms working and everything. We had our ship form where we could modify some of the information on ship, our ship that we were selected, but it wasn't showing up quite the best. And so I think I'm going to move the buttons from the header into um, into. Let me move it over here. So you can see there's our little new favicon. Might change the color of it later, but we have a little Death Star up there instead of the React favicon. And so we need to. I'm going to adjust kind of this ship icon here, and we're also going to, when we go to edit, we're going to move these down to the bottom of the screen and then put a name and a title up here so that we can get that looking a little bit better. All right, so let's go ahead and go to our ship form. That's where we're at. So we need to move these buttons. So let's just copy all of this down. Might look ugly for a little bit here. We'll get rid of this deflex class. We'll get rid of the input. And we might need to play with this. This will be our button row, and then we'll remove our buttons from the top here. Let's do that. And then we need a label for our title. Title input. And title. So let's take a look at how that looks now. All right, so it's not quite lining up, but and our buttons need to move a little bit. So what do we have here? We have row. Let's get rid of this on that. See if that, yep, that did it. So then we have our title, our name, our pilot, and now we just need to move these buttons down a little bit. So let's give it a margin top of 3. There we go. And can we do float? Float, right? Will that work? Nope, that's not a class. Let's see if we can find some bootstrap classes. Float, right. Float. That should work. Let's see if we can get it working. I think I did it right. We might have to do it on the individual buttons. Oh, that's not working. Well, we might come back and try to figure that out again. Let's see. We need to use HTML4 on those anyway. So for our inputs, I think it's HTML4. Does it tell me to do HTML4? So our inputs need to have HTML4 rather than 4, or our labels do. So we need to fix that up real quick. So those aren't doing anything for us. Let's try float end on both of these and just see if we can get it to float to the end. I think we might have conflicting. There we go. That was it. So that's what I would like to see. And then so let's since we had to do that, it flipped the position of our buttons. So let's do that. There we go. And so we can let's create a new ship. Save that ship. Okay. It's saving to our API, and then let's delete it. And there we go. Got rid of the ship. Perfect. All right. So now that fixed our form up. We got our favicons. We moved our buttons. Um, so now I'd like to increase the size of this little ship. Um, and I think those icons there are fine, but I think we need to change some things here. So let's go back to our app. Is that where? Yes. So we have our squad builder, and then we changed our icon size here. Let's change this since this is actually I want to be a little bit more specific. I want this to be the faction icon. So we're going to change the name of the class to faction, right, or size, or let's just do faction icon size. And so then that's going to screw up our page. So shrink it again. And so now we need to go back to our app and change our class from icon size to faction icon size. So that's set it back. And so now I need to, there's one thing I want to add to this so that the icon goes, we need to, in the middle of whatever text it's next to make sure the text and the icon are in the middle, we can do vertical align middle. And so now we're also going to do just a plain icon size. And we're going to copy these. And then we are going to put that on this little ship icon, and we might increase the font size here. So we need on our ship icon, or a new ship icon, so that's a button in our ship list, correct? I think. Yep. So here's our icon. Let's give it that icon size class, and it made it a little bit bigger. If we change, let's just make it drastic so that we can see the difference. We do 2 here. Nope, it's not doing it. There we go. Let's just do to see if we can get it to really. No, it's not doing what I want. Let's see. Let's go back to our ship list. Icon size. Do we need to put a span around it? Let's try this. Get rid of the icon size on this. There we go. So that's way too big now. So let's do 1.5 rem. Might be too small now. Let's do, if I do 1.25, that's going to be, that's not terrible. So we have the same thing again, but so we probably could have used the same thing in both. And I want to see what it looks like with bold. And I just can't remember if this is a CSS class or not, or a Bootstrap class. Nope. Um, also would like to push that over a little bit. That's not the class. What is it? Margin X, I think. There we go. Moved it over just a little bit. And then I want to bold that text, but I can't remember. I could just put a style on there, but font weight, there we go. Font weight bold. Okay. So let's try putting this on here. Although that's going to get our bold our icon. So let's now undo that on the icon itself by, oops, font weight normal. All right. I might want that just a little bit bigger. So let's do 4 was too big, I think. So let's do 1.3 rem. That didn't do anything. 2 is way too big, right? Yep. 1.75 was 1.5. Let's try 1.5. See, I feel like that's a little too much. Or there we go. We'll leave it at that. 1.4. Big old button to add a new ship. Can we play with the padding on it or the margin padding? Because I think the padding is coming from what classes do we have on there? Padding must come from the button. So if we put a padding class on there, is it going to be more? Let's try P-1. I think it's going to add more padding to it. No, I got rid of some. We do padding 0 and really see what happens. And that actually did pretty much what I wanted. But I think we might have lost our bold. All right, me being a graphic designer, I could spend forever on this. I think we're going to leave it at that and just move on. So we have our new ship button looking all good. So now also, so we need more components to finish some of the requirements of this final. So I'm thinking I'm going to add a sticky footer and just have links to about and contact. So to do that, I need to look up, I think I already looked at it. So Bootstrap in the documentation doesn't really give a full-on example of a sticky footer, but they have like a little thing on how to do it, but you have to inspect your element. So what I want to do is basically copy this guy and have a footer at the bottom. But to do that, we need a new component again. So we're going to make a new file and go footer.js. FCE footer. And then we are going to just kind of copy this and hopefully copy outer HTML, put this in our there. So that should be our footer component. Now we need to go to our app.js and import input our footer, and then hopefully we can just put footer here. And we don't get a footer though. Oh yeah, we probably should update all of our class name, class name, class name. I doubt that does it though. Yeah. So let's just try putting it randomly in the middle of the screen. Oh, there it went. So it's behind. So it's behind there. And our other classes are interfering with that. So it's actually appearing, but it's behind our button. So we need a sticky footer. I know it's conflicting with some of our, let's just try this. Still don't think it's going to do anything. Let's see this to make sure we get it. Yeah. So it is there. So how do we get it to stick to actually to the bottom? You can see it there. So we might have to just put our links over here. I wanted to do a footer. That's not quite working. So we might just do a link to about and home over there rather than having a footer. Because I could try to get this working for margin top auto. Um, Set the container. This might really mess things up. We're gonna try it though. Still nothing. So I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the JS position being fixed. So let's just see if we can get and let's try one more thing here. All right, so I checked a few things and I'm just not seeing it. So we're gonna probably abandon the footer for now. I might come back and do that some other time. Let's just delete it. And we're gonna go back to our app.js and get rid of our footer and get rid of our footer there. So now we need to kind of rethink these things because we need to get some more components in here. Um, so, um, so let's, so we have our X-Wing Squad builder. So let's add some more. Let's just add our about and contact components, which we'll create. We'll add them to here as nav links. So let's do nav link as nav link to, and we're going to go to slash about. So this will be an about component that we're going to make, and we're going to give it a class name equal to, we'll do that float end that we just created, and me.3, and then we'll do this, and then we'll have it say about. So let's see if that showed up correctly. There we go. We have an about. And then we'll do another one for contact. But then it's adding it there. Let's see, can we just do, let's look at our React Bootstrap. So we have, that's aligning everything. don't know why it's stacking them on top of each other. Man, nothing's really working tonight. What happens if we don't do our float end? There we go. How do we do that? Mhm. How is that doing that though? Actually, let's get rid of the container because that might be what's causing my. There we go. So, okay, we're gonna go with this. We're gonna so we need this nav bar. We're gonna just put this in a notepad for a second. We're gonna go back to what we had before. All right, so now if we, there, we're kind of, oh, nope, we got our, all right, so let's compare and contrast. So, okay, so let's just try, rather than our nav here, let's try this and see what we get. So that's not quite what we wanted. So we have our brand. So let's change the, what if we get rid of sticky top, LG, ah, nav bar, collapse on select, and then we do this toggle and collapse. No, that's not what we want either. So let's try this again. Instead, this time we're going to copy this nav bar. React Bootstrap. Okay, so that's kind of working. There we go. Not quite yet. Okay. All right, so now we need to switch this up. Our links to about and about contact. We'll push that over some. So we need as nav link to, oops, those are quotes. All right, so finally, it took forever, but we got our about and contact links in our nav bar. so that we can have a few more components for our project. So now we need to create the files. We need to create about, and then we also need to create contact.js. And then also in our routes, so back in our app, we need to create a few more paths. So let's do about con, and then and and then we're going to do that, and then contact information. Okay. And then we need to go back to our app, and then we need to import those. Import about from about. And there we go. All right, about information and contact information. So we're going to just copy. Let's just do this. Perfect. Give us some about information and then contact. We need to basically do the same thing. We're going to do There we go. Need a href this. We actually don't need that because, well, we'll leave it in there. We won't because it. All right. There we go. So there's our two other routes. All right. Factions, new ship. All right. So let's go ahead and push up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So I think we have enough components now to meet the final requirements. Um, so I'm going to push that up to save that. So the final thing, well, there's two things I want to still kind of do. I want to add the ship icon for each ship. To do that, I'm going to have to add, what I want to do is add a new field for the name of the ship icon. And it's going to be kind of ugly, but we're just going to pass in um, the name of the symbol. So we're going to type in this into the field, and then we're going to also add this to our kind of mapping so that when we iterate through, so we have to add, like I said, it's going to be kind of ugly, but we're going to add a field to type in essentially the icon name. And then in our mapping, we will show the icon next to the ship. I also would like to try to figure out filtering. I don't know if I'm going to get that far tonight, but that would be the last little bit so that we could have different factions. But so we need to go back to our ship form, and we're going to do, so we're going to do faction. We're going to change faction to icon. Set icon value, handle icon, change. We're going to add another field above our buttons for icon input. But then we also need to So that's the ship form. Let's go back to the ship. Um, hmm, that should all be good. We need to go back up to the ship list. And then we need to add icon blank there. So that will get that. And then let's look at our service. Do we need to do anything? I don't think so. So then hopefully we can now go to Millennium Falcon, edit, and add the icon. So we need to add the icon name of here. Getting too many screens going here. Let's do this to the side. And our actual app to the side over here. And save ship. But it's not saving. Hmm. So it's not saving, so we're missing something. All right, so let's go all the way back down to our form. So we have icon value, icon. Let's try a new ship. So let's just say to name yeah, no, it's still not saving. So, all right, icon, input type, form control, icon value. Do we have an icon value? We have an icon, ship icon. Handle icon change. Ah, there we go. Icon, icon, value. Let's do that. And then let's delete Falcon 2, Millennium Falcon, edit, and then our icon will be modified light freighter. We don't need to show it, but there it goes. It's saved. Okay, so Darth Vader's tie. So now we need to look up X1. Tie Advanced X1 is our ship icon for that, for Darth Vader. Save that. And then we need Slave 1, which is Fire Spray. Fire Spray Patrol Craft. Ghost BX. BCX. Outrider. YT 400 Light Freighter. Moldy Crow. HWK. The Hawk 290 Light Freighter. The Dauntless is the VT 49 Decimator. Save that. The Houndstooth is the YV 666 Light Freighter. Okay. So those will be for our existing ships. Now we need to get that piece of information to repeat on our ship list. So if we go to our ship list, so before our ship title, we are going to do, where's our, let's go back here. So let's just see if we can get this showing up. I'm just going to throw a tie phantom on each one real quickly. So let's just try throwing the title on each ship real quick. Ah, yes, that would be it. So the title, and so we need to just change that to this. It was a class name and not a class. And then, nope. So we need to change this to ship. Oh, that's all we needed to change. Oh, no. And ship. Slash. So how do we do this? X-Wing miniatures. Okay, so there's that. So okay, then we need to do ship.icon. Haha, and there it is. Cool. So we got the different icons there. I'd like to make them a little bigger and the space bigger. So let's put our span class on the icon. All right, what's going on here? There we go. So let's get it next to margin R2, margin L2. Bootstrap spacing. M for margin. And E T, margin NT. Here, I want to see this as it happens. Margin and so margin N. There we go. Icon size. Okay. Cool. All right, so let's put the icon in the view as well. And so shift view, put it at the title. Cool. Maybe we'll put it at the end over here. Eh, leave it at the front so that we don't have to play with CSS again. I guess it wouldn't be margin start. Oops. I liked it better at the front. So we'll just do, I'll add it there. And then on the view, or on the form, probably not just, we already have it. So we'll change our icon. Sure, let's just put it here. So I lost it. It's not terrible. And that's where you'll change the icon. All right. I think that's probably where I'm going to call it a night. This is for sure now good enough for the final. What I would like to do now, and I'm going to research, is um, changing, having multiple factions. So I might do one more stream, even though this, so I can submit this project now and it will be good for final grading. Um, it meets all the requirements. Um, but what I want to do personally is now figure out so that a filter so that I can have different factions, and then that filter will um, filter the classes. So I'll have all factions, Rebel Alliance, Empire, so on and so forth, Scum and Villainy, and then it will filter just ships to that list. But yeah, I think I'm feeling pretty good about this. We got plenty of components going along, even though, they're not the prettiest yet. Again, me being a graphic designer wants to spend, hours on a lot of this stuff. I also want to figure out how to change the highlighting color because I don't like the blue on everything. Um, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do now for part 5. Change the active link color. I'm making myself notes. And then also we're going to uh, figure out a filter. All right,